Hola Year 7, welcome to Lesson 8. So now you're in Period 3 on Friday. Your title is ¿Qué vais a hacer? What are you all going to do? So here's a list of the equipment you need for today's lesson. It's the same as it was for Period 1, so hopefully that's all ready and out on your computer. Pause if you need the extra time though. Please remember to email me if you have any questions about the activities in this lesson. Also, thank you for sending me photos of your work. Hopefully you've done that from Period 1 if you were nominated. And for Period 3, I would like to nominate Paige, Alex, Cody, Ella M, Rohan and George S to send me photos of their work from this lesson. And there's my email address. Gracias. Okay, escribid la fecha. Write the date. Viernes el 15 de mayo. Titulo, title. ¿Qué vais a hacer? What are you all going to do? And write down your objective to say which free time activities you and your family will do in the future using the immediate future tense. Make sure your date and your title are underlined. Gracias. Okay, your do now should take 5 minutes. Match up the Spanish and the English time phrases from last lesson and write them in your book. There is no need to do the chart. Just write down the Spanish on one side and the English next to it. So if you do need extra help, the English is written underneath. The options are there. Cover it up or don't look at it if you don't want that additional support. Pause to do that now. Muy bien. Okay, and here are your answers. Mañana is tomorrow. La semana que viene, next week. Este fin de semana, this weekend. And en las vacaciones, in the holidays. Okay, mark your work, make sure it's all correct. Really well done and have a fantastic weekend now, Year 7. And I look forward to our next lesson together next week. I'm going to pass you on to Miss Clinton now. Muchas gracias. Adios.
Okay, so let's do some pronunciation practice, like we did last lesson using the sentence builder. But you'll notice we've extended the sentence builder today to include other people and what they're going to do for their activities. So let's start, as we did last time, to practice the time markers on the left. So repeat after me, please. Mañana. La semana que viene. Este fin de semana. En las vacaciones. And remember, all your foreign sounds are in red, so you really want to pay particular attention to those because they are the foreign sounds. Okay, we're now going to look at the second column, and you'll note we've got a lot more people now added from last lesson. Last lesson we were looking at boy a, I'm going to do something, and also we used the negative no boy a. Let's have a practice then of these, remembering each time your V will sound like a B. So repeat after me. Boy a. Vas a. Mi hermano va a. Mi hermana va a. Mi amigo va a. Mi amiga va a. Mi familia y yo vamos a. Now, remember with this one, often students want to say something that they're going to do with some friends or family, with other people. And the temptation is here to, because there's yo before it, to use boy. However, if you use boy, that means only you are going to do that action. So you need to make it the we form, nosotros, to include the other people doing the action with you. Next one, so repeat after me. Vais a. And finally, mis padres van a. And we'll just have another quick look at the activities. So we did do all of these last lessons, so we'll go quickly through these again, and remembering to pay particular attention to those foreign sounds in red. So repeat after me, please. Jugar al fútbol. Hacer mis deberes. Hacer atletismo. Hacer natación. Navegar por internet. Ir de compras. Ir al cine. Salir con mis amigos. Ver la televisión. Escuchar música. Okay, we're now going to do something called verbal translation. So we're going to continue using this sentence builder, but we're going to do something a bit different. So I'm going to say a sentence in Spanish. Now remember, I'll use one time marker followed by the person and verb in the middle, and then I'll choose an activity in the last column. So you will need to listen to my phrase in Spanish, and then you're going to pause your video and write down that sentence in English only in your books. I'll say the Spanish phrase 2 times, but if you need to listen to it again, you can always rewind and then go back again and listen. So, first sentence. Este fin de semana voy a ir de compras. Este fin de semana voy a ir de compras. Pause your video now and write down the English sentence in your book. This weekend I am going to go shopping, because you were translating the phrase that I said in Spanish. Este fin de semana voy a ir de compras. Okay, so remember, you can pause the video as much as you need and get me to repeat the phrase if you need to hear it again. Let's have another go. And let's try another one. En las vacaciones, mi familia y yo vamos a hacer atletismo. And again. En las vacaciones, mi familia y yo vamos a hacer atletismo. Pause your video now and write down the English translation, please. And you should have said, in the holidays, my family and I are going to do athletics. And another one. Mañana mis padres van a ir al cine. Mañana mis padres van a ir al cine. Pause your video now to write down your English translation. And you should have said, tomorrow my parents are going to go to the cinema. Okay, and next one. Mañana mi hermana va a ver la televisión. Mañana mi hermana va a ver la televisión. Pause your video now to write down the English translation. And you should have said, tomorrow my sister is going to watch the TV or the television. And another one. La semana que viene vas a hacer natación. La semana que viene vas a hacer natación. Pause your video now and write down the English, please. And you should have said, next week you are going to do swimming, or you could have said, next week you are going to go swimming. And the last one. La semana que viene voy a jugar al fútbol. La semana que viene Voy a jugar al football. Pause your video now to write the English. And you should have said, next week I am going to play football. Okay, moving on to the next activity. We're going to continue with verbal translation. However, we're going to make it a bit more tricky this time. We're going to do English to Spanish. So I'm going to say the phrase in English, and then you are going to say the correct translation of that phrase in Spanish. You'll see the phrases are written in front of you on the screen. So for example, I might say, this weekend I am going to do my homework. You would pause your video and you would out loud say the Spanish phrase that you think I just said. So you would have hopefully said, este fin de semana voy a hacer mis deberes. Let's try another one. Tomorrow, my friends and I are going to watch the television. Pause your video now and say the Spanish phrase out loud. And hopefully you should have said, mañana mis amigos y yo vamos a ver la televisión. Okay, next one. In the holidays, my family and I are going to do swimming. Pause your video and say the Spanish phrase out loud. And you should have chosen, en las vacaciones, mi familia y yo vamos a hacer natación. Okay, next one. Tomorrow, my parents are going to go out with their friends and they're going to go shopping. So pause your video and choose the correct Spanish phrase now to say out loud. And you should have chosen, mañana mis padres van a salir con sus amigos e ir de compras. Now you'll note I was a bit cheeky there because instead of writing mis amigos, I wanted to talk about my parents going out with their friends, not my friends. That would be a bit strange. So I wanted to say they are going to go out with their friends. And notice the E means and. I didn't use Y here because it was before the vowel I. So I'm not allowed to write the Y turns to an E there. Okay, next one. Next week, my friends are going to go to the cinema. Pause your video and say the Spanish phrase out loud. And you should have said, la semana que viene, mis amigos van a ir al cine. And finally, this weekend, my brother is going to do athletics. Pause your video and say the Spanish phrase out loud. And you should have chosen, este fin de semana mi hermano va a hacer atletismo. Okay, now on to the grammar. So you've already been doing this lots and lots throughout the lesson without even realising it. I'd like you to listen to the explanation first of how to form the future tense, and then you're going to copy everything that you see whilst you pause your video. So, the immediate future tense is used to talk about things that we're going to do in the near future, and we use the verb ir in the actually conjugated in the present tense plus a plus an infinitive. Now these infinitives we've been learning lots and lots over the last few lessons, so they should come hopefully quite easily to you now. So we want to conjugate the verb ir first of all, because ir simply means to go. And we want to say who is going to do the action in the future. So we can use boy to mean I am going. Vas, you singular are going. Va, he, she is going. Vamos, we are going. Vais, you plural are going. Or van, they are going. Okay, so we now need to add on, as you saw before in the sentence builder, a. Every single time after this verb, we need to include a. So voy a, vas a, va a, vamos a, vais a, van a. And of course, we're not talking about where we're going. We're talking about the actions we're going to do in the future. So to give meaning to our sentence, to tell the person we're talking to which action or free time activity we're going to do, we now need to add the infinitive. So, jugar, for example, salir, hacer, ir, escuchar, navegar. So if we put it into a sentence, remember, as we saw, example, mañana, we have our time phrase here at the beginning, which tells me exactly when the future action is going to happen. I have my verb ir, remember, for the correct conjugation from here. I then need to include my a, and then I add on at the end the infinitive to tell the person the action I'm going to do. So, mañana voy a salir, tomorrow I'm going to go out with my friends. So remember, if we're talking about other people and what they're going to do in the future, we need to change the conjugation of ir. Mañana, for example, vamos a salir, would be tomorrow we are going to go out with friends. Pause your video now and copy down everything that you can see. Okay, continuing on with this grammar then, I'd like you to now fill in the gaps below with the correct form of the verb ir to complete the immediate future tense sentences. At the moment, you just need to write out the full Spanish sentence. So, for example, you might have en las vacaciones, gap, hacer sus deberes. And in the brackets, you will have the conjugation, the form of the verb that I want you to use. So, they are going to. So, you would write en las vacaciones van a hacer sus deberes. Have a go at the rest now by yourselves and pause the video to do this, please. So let's go through your answers. Este fin de semana mis amigos y yo vamos a ir de compras. Okay, you had to choose the we form of the verb ir, so we are going to. Número 2. La semana que viene mi hermano va a hacer natación. We wanted to choose he is going to, so we chose va a. Mañana voy a jugar al fútbol. I wanted to choose the yo form that I am going to. Este fin de semana mis padres van a hacer atletismo. We needed to choose the ellos and ellas form, they, so we chose van a. En las vacaciones vais a salir con mis amigos. We wanted the you plural, here's the vosotros form, so we chose vais a. And finally, la semana que viene vas a navegar por internet. Here we wanted to use the to form or the you singular in English, so we chose vas a. So I'd now like you to translate the sentences below. Remember to look carefully at the verb ir to see who is going to do the action. So for example, en las vacaciones van a hacer sus deberes. You would then write down next to the Spanish that you've already written, in the holidays, they are going to do their homework. Have a go at translating 1 to 6 now. Pause your video to do this. Okay, so on to the last activity, year 7. We're going to do some more translation, but this time we're going to make it a bit more tricky and do English to Spanish. Remember to pay really close attention to the correct conjugation of the verb ir that you're going to use, because remember that will change who is going to do the action. So you've got my example again there. Okay, so now have a go please writing both the English and the Spanish. Pause your video now to do this. And let's go through your answers. Please pause the video as much as you need to make any changes. So number 1, in the holidays my friends and I are going to go to the cinema. En las vacaciones mis amigos y yo vamos a ir al cine. So remember that when you're talking about other people and you're including yourself, you always have to use the we form, the nosotros form, hence vamos. It wouldn't be they, the van, because that would be not including yourself. So you have to use the we form. Vamos. Número 2. Tomorrow I'm going to do my homework. Mañana voy a hacer mis deberes. Again, hopefully you didn't forget that there after boy always, and remember your accent, your wiggly line on top of your N. Next week my parents are going to listen to music. La semana que viene mis padres van a escuchar música. So you needed the ellos and ellas form here to say they, because you're talking about my parents. And you needed to remember your accent on your you for música. Número 4. This weekend my sister is going to watch TV. Este fin de semana mi hermana va a ver la televisión. So an accent on your O there, and again make sure you've got your he, she form with the verb ir there, the el, ella, plus your a, plus your infinitive. Okay, so pause the video if you need to make any changes. Okay, for the last couple of the lessons now, let's see how much you've learnt. You're going to follow the link below to your quizzes for today. Just remember, if you need to add an accent, you can hold down the Alt-GR button on your laptop or computer, and then you press the letter that you need the accent on. Okay, good luck. And if you have any time left over at all, please learn box 4 from your grammar knowledge organizer. See below. And just to say a final, well done for today's lesson, and thank you so much for working so hard as usual. And remember, you can email your teacher if you have any questions at all. Have a lovely day y hasta luego, Year 7.